Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Starry Tarot. My name is Sophie. For those of you who are new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. Good to see you. I am in a different environment, different setup than I normally am at. I am at my parents' house for Mother's Day weekend, so I am here. Bless you, Mom. I am your friendly tarot reader. I can answer any of your questions with the exception of medical and or legal questions. Please consult a professional for those matters. And I offer 3 different basic types of tarot readings that I have pinned at the bottom of the chat. The first type that I offer is my basic mini reading that consists of 5 cards, and it is 1 question, and that is a donation amount of $7.77. If you donate using Venmo, Cashapp, or PayPal, if you need to use SuperChat, it is $9.99. And then I also offer a full reading, which consists of 10 cards, and it can be split into 2 5-card readings, or it can just be 1 full question. And that is $14.14 unless you need to use SuperChat, which is $20.20. And then I have my full expanded reading, my in-depth reading, which I highly recommend. That consists of 15 cards, and that is $21.21 unless you need to use SuperChat, which is $29.29. And that can be split into, it can be 1 full question, or split into 2 questions, 1 10-card, 1 5-card reading, or split into 3 5-card readings. I answer all sorts of questions, lots of romance questions, lots of questions pertaining to matters of the heart. And I offer a love spread, and it's no additional donation amount. I've been offering this love spread that I developed for many years. It essentially answers 3 questions in one, 5 questions in one, but 3 major questions in one. It can be done with a mini reading, a full reading, or an expanded reading. And it asks what your person's current thoughts are towards you, their current feelings, and their current intentions are towards you, as well as their general energies towards the connection and your general energies in the connection. And it doesn't necessarily have to be of a romantic nature. I've done the thoughts, feelings, and intentions spread for people's coworkers, friends, family members, neighbors, pets. I've done it for all sorts of folks, so it does not have to necessarily be romantic, but if you are curious about how someone is regarding you, I highly recommend that spread. I'm also a psychic medium. I can communicate with those who have passed on, who are no longer on this earthly realm. If that is something that you are interested in, please let me know. Let me know before sending your donation in. I need to know what their name is, their date of birth, their date of passing, and their relation to you. It's super helpful if you can send me a photograph of them, either over email or Instagram, but it is not mandatory, but it does help me get in touch with them. So yeah, if that is something you're interested in, please let me know. And that is $35.35 unless you need to use SuperChat, in which is $50.50. I also do soulmate confirmation readings. I highly recommend those for folks who are currently in a connection and are curious about what the trajectory of the connection is, where things are going, the longevity, the overall energy of its forward momentum. And the question's pretty straightforward. We directly ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if the person in your life is indeed a soulmate of yours, and if the answer is yes, they'll explain why. If the answer is no, they'll explain why not. And then alternatively, we can also ask the question, ask your angels, messengers, and spirit guides if they give their divinely ordained blessing towards the connection, which if the answer is yes, that definitely confirms soulmate status. And we, just to preface, we do have multiple soulmates in this life. We have many different soulmates, and they are not all necessarily romantic, especially depending on how old of a soul we are. We tend to have lots of different types of soulmates and multiple soulmates out there for us. So just because one person might not be a soulmate of yours doesn't mean you don't have a soulmate out there. And if someone is a soulmate of yours, it doesn't mean that they're the only soulmate of yours. We have many, many soulmates in our lives. And with that in mind, and that is $16.16 unless you need to use SuperChat, in which it is $23.23. Speaking of souls and past lives, I offer past life regression therapy readings. I've been studying past life regression therapy for many, many years. As I mentioned, we have many past lives, depending on how old of a soul we are, of course, but I realized a couple of years into my professional tarot reading that I was channeling past lives, and it can be asked with any intent. We can ask for spirit to illustrate a past life of yours that's most relevant to yours right now. We can ask spirit to illustrate a past life that explains a question that's on your mind regarding your soul's tapestry, your journey. It can be asked really with any intention in mind, and they're always fascinating, introspective readings. And those are $19.19 unless you need to use SuperChat, in which they're $27.27. And then I also offer private readings. I offer two different types of private readings. The first type I offer is by appointment only. That's over Zoom. It's not what you're seeing here. You would see the cards, you'd see the table, it'd be my normal setup. Just me and you, one-on-one, and it's by appointment only. And again, it's private. You can give me all the context and backstory that you feel is necessary. And everything is just between you and me. And there's no limit to the number of questions we can answer for you, as long as it's within the allotted time frame. And I can oftentimes extend that if needed. I highly recommend private readings for people, especially if you're going through something that's particularly multifaceted and has multiple layers to it, different angles, multiple questions that are piquing your interest. I really recommend that. And then I also offer private readings at no additional donation amount. If you just send me your question with your donation, I can read for you. I can return your reading for you offline, privately in 1 to 3 hours. I do that over voice memos, over DMs, over Instagram, which I'll go follow me, or typed over email. It is your choice, but that is not one-on-one. It is not of any additional donation amount. It's the same donation amount as your regular readings, but it is not one-on-one as the first type of private reading is. But it is private. It offers that level of privacy, as well as convenience. If you don't see me online and you have a question that you want me to answer, just send me your question and I can get back to you within a matter of hours, because I always have a deck of cards on me, so I'm always happy to answer your question. With that being said, the donation queue is currently open, so whoever donates next will be read for next. Happy Mother's Day to everybody, to all the moms out there. Thank you all so very much. Well, hello, Debbie. Thank you so much for your donation, love. How are you doing? Sorry, I don't have my bell to ring. And a little bit of a different setup here, but I will show you all of the cards. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I'm just over at my parents' house for Mother's Day and thought I'd pop online. I prayed for you last night in your healing at synagogue. Something kind of funny happened during the prayer. I'll tell you later. But yeah, I hope you're feeling a lot better and with each day. And yeah, how is your weekend so far, love? I want to ask my spirit guides if I was hung in a previous life. Okay. Yeah, I can do a yes or no for that. Now, Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a previous life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Angels, Masters, and Spirit Guides was Debbie hanged in a past life. Okay, we have Justice, Six of Swords reversed, Two of Wands, Page of Cups, and Five of Wands. Do I feel like this confirms if you were hanged in a past life? Well, looking at this first card here, we have Justice. Anytime anything touches my neck or think about it, feel something tightening around my neck, I fear falling. Oh dear. Yeah, I have an irrational fear of choking. I wonder if I choked on something in a past life. But with this Justice card, it is low-key making me feel, with Justice and Five of Wands, there's something about a conflict and something about justice here. And we all know, well, I think a lot of us know that was I think, one of the main forms of corporal punishment in, I think, at least Western culture in history, was death by hanging. And I mean, you bet your bottom dollar that there were definitely wrongful hangings. Just like there's people who are on death row that shouldn't be on death row, people who are put to death that are unjustly put to death. And so I do feel like you were hanged in a past life, love. And likely wrongfully so, but whatever powers that were felt that it was just. Maybe it was a murky gray area. I don't quite know. But with this Page of Cups, I'm getting the sense that this was some kind of crime, possibly a crime of passion, or maybe you got caught with someone that you shouldn't have been caught with. Honestly, I think I was hung in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm not getting, well, this isn't a past life reading, so I'm not doing past life visualization. I'm just doing a yes or no question. That is possible. The Six of Swords reverse. You were, I feel like you were very strong in your convictions as to the reason for your hanging and your belief as to why it was wrong, not just. I feel like the community, for whatever reason, thought it was. Also, with this Two of Wands, I feel like the decision was, was sadly a democratic one. And we just received a donation from Shateria. Thank you so much, Shateria, for your donation, love. And thank you very much for your donation, Debbie. I hope I brought you clarity there. I absolutely do think that you were hanged in a past life. Again, I can't confirm if it was specifically in Salem. I could with the past life regression reading, but in this reading, it was a yes there. Interesting, we didn't see the Hangman, but with that Justice card and just knowing justice and how it was served in the past, But yeah, that is what I'm seeing for you, Miss Debbie. Thank you again. Hi, Shateria. I hope you're doing well. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Absolutely, Miss Debbie. Thank you again. Thank you. Shateria, hi. Did JB see that I poked him on Facebook? Oh, you literally poked him. You used the poke function. That's awesome. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Sorry, one second. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that JB poked him on Facebook? Or that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, did JB see that Shateria poked him on Facebook? We have 9 of Pentacles reversed, 8 of Wands, King of Pentacles reversed, the Empress, and the Tower. Yes. When did you poke him? When did you do the poke thing on Facebook? This is an absolute yes from me. He has certainly seen that you sent him a poke message. He got the message loud and clear, so to speak, with this 8 of Wands here. It was yesterday. Okay. But we also have this 9 of Pentacles reversed and this King of Pentacles reversed here, which are indicating to me that Yes, the answer is yes. He did see that you poked him. Again, does he have an idea as to how he's going to respond to you, when he's going to respond? He seems pretty stuck, but he also, I also get the sense that while he does, it's not so much stuck as I'm getting the sense insecure. He's wildly insecure, but I think he also knows like now it's like the ball is absolutely in his court 100%. You didn't send a message in words, but you let it, when you poke someone, you're letting them know like I'm looking at your page, like I'm interested in talking to you, you know. Um, Again, in his dream world, you would be the one initiating that more, like a conversation, because it terrifies him. But he knows that the ball is in his court with this Empress card. You've done your part. You poked him. Um, Now it's his turn to, at the very least, poke you back. Um, like the time has come with the Tower card. Um, I think this pushed him to realize that he's not imagining things when it comes to you wanting to initiate at least communication with him. But it's, as I think I've said in other readings for him, like he has a hard time reading between the lines. He has a hard time like reading things with like underlying subconscious like context to them. Like he sees things as very like either a yes or a no. Like I don't want to say he doesn't see things in black and white, but it's hard for him to read context sometimes and clues or pick up when women are flirting with him or showing interest in him. And he knows that. And I believe that's been an issue with him in the past. And um, I think despite this Nine of Pentacles, King of Pentacles both being reversed, both indicating his feelings of insecurity, um, this Eight of Wands is telling me that he got the message. Yes, he did indeed see that you poked him, but that he also has to he should take some kind of action at this point. It would be rude not to. At the very least, poke you back. If he's that shy and that unsure of himself and his words, at the very least, if he were, at the very least being polite, he would at least poke you. And he needs to be, at the very least, polite here. And of which I think he wants to be more than just polite. He's just very insecure and not confident in. The guy's got no riz, and I don't know any other way of putting it. Like he doesn't have any game, and it's a game he's not familiar with, and it intrigues him. You intrigue him, but he also doesn't want to, like, we're talking about games. Well, the ball's in his court right now, and it's like he doesn't know how to play this game in the court. Like he doesn't know what game it, like the game of love. He's so like lost in it, and just interpersonal relationships in general. Starting very like just as friends. But it was only yesterday, so we didn't ask if he was going to respond, but I do feel like he intends on reciprocating the poke in some way there. But yeah, Shateria, my answer is yes. He did see that. I don't know. I guess Facebook doesn't show you if and when people see, like, have opened up messages or seen if they've poked you or whatnot. But yeah, no, he saw it. He saw it. And I think it excited him for sure with all those wands, the Eight of Wands, it absolutely, and the Empress as well. Definitely got, it definitely made him happy to see. So, yeah. Thank you very, very much, Shateria. I appreciate you as always, and I hope I brought you some clarity there. with your reading. It's a button now. Oh, yeah. Well, I remember it being a button back in the day. It was just a button, and you could just press it, and it would just poke the person. And I remember people like kind of stopped using it for a while, but I still liked the function. Um, you know, it's it's direct, but direct. It's indirect, but it's direct enough. You know. And yeah, I don't know if the button, if like, oh well, if it's a button, then I guess it's not something they can open. It's just something like if you, well, I guess if you see that he's signed on to Facebook, he would inevitably have seen it. I don't know if you can see the last time he was on Facebook or not, but again, I haven't been on there in a long time. But I'm glad you reached out to him and poked him there. I think he needed that extra push, and I think that this will hopefully create a positive tower moment here, with the last card being the tower, like some kind of big abruption, big change on the horizon. It was 2 hours ago. Oh, okay, so not long at all. Okay, so yeah, I'm guessing you're on the East Coast. Oh, 2 hours ago he was on. How much is a past life? A past life reading is, let me, I believe it's 27.27, but let's see. Yeah, if you use SuperChat, Debbie, it's 27.27. If you use Cashapp, Venmo, or PayPal, it's 19.19 for a past life reading. Thank you. So it was 2 hours ago that he was on, and you poked him yesterday. Yeah, I think he saw it, and unless he just didn't look at his inbox, but the card said he saw it. I've noticed that he's been going on more frequently since the poke. Okay. Yeah, I do think the gears are turning there, Shateria, in regards to him um, reaching out to you. He. I don't feel like he's not trying to take his time. It's just his insecurities do hold him back. Um, I do really feel an insecure man, a guy that was really secure about himself and the way women regarded him wouldn't be behaving this way, you know. And there's nothing wrong with his behavior, just he's definitely the slower type. But with that Eight of Wands, that's very very fast moving energy, and energy of messages, communication, and action, which is what we need. What we want to see here is him taking action and communicating. So I think you definitely made the right move, and he's likely. I'm sure he's looking all over your Facebook. I'd be very surprised if he was not. And thank you again. Ms. Shateria. So yeah, the donation queue is currently open. So whoever donates next will be read for next. Thank you. Hello, Philomena. How are you doing? Hello, Miss Wendy. Thank you so much for your donation. Please go. Oops, sorry. Hi, love. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a good weekend. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Hi, Philomena. Welcome. Having a healing weekend by staying in, yeah. Yeah, absolutely, love. Get some rest, heal, take it easy. Yeah, week went by really quickly. How does Ricardo feel about me? Not sure what his sign is. Did you just want me to ask what his feelings are, or did you want me to do the love spread? Ricardo? I don't think I've heard of Ricardo. Just his feelings, you got it. Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? Ancient Masters and Spirit Guides, what are Ricardo's current feelings towards Wendy? We have 10 of Pentacles, 8 of Cups, Queen of Swords reversed, the Tower, and Ace of Wands. Wow. I'm assuming this is a new person because I don't recall ever reading about them before. But let's just start with the first card with this Ten of Pentacles. I'm sure you know how I feel about the Ten of Pentacles. In my opinion, it's the most powerful card in the deck. And he definitely has feelings of potential with you with this. We have both the Ten of Pentacles and this Ace of Wands, the potential for some kind of a beginning with you. But I'm wondering if there's distance between the two of you in some way with this Eight of Cups here. Maybe you could help me figure out where that fits in here. I also get the sense that you guys, this is someone really brand new with this Queen of Swords reversed right here in the center. This is often a card of someone who feels either bitter about someone from the past. And if you guys don't have a past together, this is telling me two things. That he might not be completely over someone from his past, and or he's in a space where he's being very careful in taking his time to get to know you. He's a coworker and he's always been friendly with me, and I'm getting uncomfortable, and he's married. Okay, that's what this Ten of Pentacles is then. He's already married. And that's what this Eight of Cups is he wants to walk away. Oh, girl. Ace of Wands. Yeah, I never believe a man when they say that they want to leave their marriage for another woman. I think in his fantasy world, he wants to do that. With this Tower card, you rock his world. He thinks about you a lot, and he wants you to be a part of it beyond work. And this Queen of Swords reversed is telling me, now that you told me that he's married, yeah, I think he's bitter towards his wife. And I think he also knows that this is wrong. And it sounds to me a bit audacious too, because it doesn't sound like you're reciprocating his flirtatious advances, and this is within the workplace. Yeah, I was worried that he'd develop a crush on me. Yeah, he absolutely has 100% developed a crush on you, big time, to the point where he's like not just comparing you to his wife, but like, you know, he was likely unhappy in his marriage before he met you, but yeah, poor wife, seriously. I feel like he was unhappy in his marriage before he met you. I'm not saying he's using you as an excuse to get out of his marriage, but it provides this fodder for fantasy of another life, of this walking away energy with this Eight of Cups. And yeah, I do think he knows that it's not right, in the sense towards his wife and his family. I don't know if they have a family together. Ten of Pentacles is often indicative of marriage and family. But it sounds like you're not reciprocating his advances. You said you were concerned that he developed a crush on you. Sounds like you're just being your friendly self. You're working with him. You guys work together. And you are also stunning and very charming and charismatic. And yeah, I think he took your friendliness as something more, which is why I'm just thinking to myself, like, it's a lot of, I don't know, that's some audacity there to just jump to that conclusion that a friendly, and you're friendly with like everyone at your work, I feel. So for him to feel like he's special in some way, I think is really, I would be surprised if he wasn't a Pisces. He's giving me Pisces energy. No, I'm not interested in him at all. I wish he could just be a friend. Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't wish that you guys are just friends. He wants it to be more. This Ace of Wands, the Tower, yeah. He wants this to be something more than friendship. And again, that's it's not wrong because you guys work together, but that does add another layer and level of like scandalousness, I feel, to the situation. But the big problem here is the fact that he's married. Um, he should know better. You know better, you know, and that's why you were, you know, concerned. Um, and that's that Queen of Swords reverse. Like you're very Queen of Swords. You know right from wrong. I think he knows what's right and what's wrong, but I think in terms of him being and behaving right and behaving wrongly, I think his trajectory is more like getting what he wants. And I definitely see him wanting you as more than just a coworker and a friend. So in regards to advice, and I know you didn't ask for my advice, but in regards to advice moving forward here, I would keep all communications with him to minimum, you know, unless they're, which I'm sure you do, unless it's like you absolutely need to talk to one another regarding work. And I don't want to tell you to be less friendly of a person because you already are friendly, and that's not something that people should tone down, you know. But I would keep just conversations with him very, very brief. Yeah, that's just awful for his wife and family. Yeah, and he has a family, doesn't he? I feel like he does because the Ten of Pentacles isn't. It's not just marriage. It's the wife, the baby carriage, the dog, the house, the whole legacy, the whole family, the whole life. And truth be told, I didn't see any divorce cards there. We did see the Eight of Cups, though, which is about walking away. Do I think that if he had the opportunity to cheat on his wife with you, would he? He would take it in a heartbeat. Do I think he legit wants to divorce her for you? I think he fantasizes about that, absolutely. Despite there being so much at stake there. Just a huge lack of respect. He has young kids. They got married young. Okay, so and I think yeah. I was just going to say I've seen that happen. We've seen it happen with lots of folks that get married young and have children young. There's also a lot of arrested development there. Not having those dating years, not getting that out of one's system. He maybe has been with the same woman his whole life and is regretting that. And to that I say, you know, sucks for you. But, you know, you took a vow. You made a vow. You made children. And yeah, like he missed out on his younger years that could have been wilder, but he had stability and he has stability. He has a woman who birthed his children for him. And this all feels very, very selfish, like extremely selfish, self-serving. And again, I mean, with that Eight of Cups, that is definitely a card of walking away, and especially next to Ten of Pentacles, like walking away from a marriage. But I very much get the idea and sense that he's, yeah, regretting a past he didn't experience. And with that also doesn't know how to navigate. And that's just not the right behavior, you know? Can't trust anyone at work. Yeah. I mean, yeah. There's some people in general are difficult to trust, but yeah, I certainly don't trust this guy. He definitely wants something more. You're super welcome, Wendy. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. And yeah, just keep it minimal, and I'm hoping he will get the picture and accepts reality there. You know. Anyway. So the donation queue is once again open. If you have a question and you send in your donation, we can read for you next. Thank you very much. Hello, Philomena. Welcome. And the donation queue is currently open right now. I've been on for almost 2 hours, so I'm going to stay on for about another 10 minutes or so. No, I'm not done for tonight, Philomena. If you make a donation, I can read for you next, love. The donation queue is currently open. I'm going to be on for at least another 4 minutes. And I'm here too. I don't have my other screen, but I have my cards and everything. I can show you the cards. Thank you very much for your donation, Philomena. Please go ahead and post your question right there in the chat. Thank you. Love reading for the month of May. Okay. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love in the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Angels, messengers, and spirit guides, please provide Philomena with any and all messages regarding love for the month of May. Okay, we have the Hermit reversed, the Hanged Man reversed, Knight of Wands reversed, the High Priestess, and Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so I don't know if you're currently talking to somebody right now, but starting with this Hermit reversed card, when we're asking Spirit messages regarding love and romance, and we see the Hermit reverse, that to me is almost always a direct message of encouraging the asker to put themselves out there more, essentially. Nobody, and you're currently single, okay. And I'm assuming you're working full time as you do. I don't know if you're involved in any extra, like non-work activities, like if you go to a church, or if there's some kind of community that you're a part of where you can meet other single people who are looking for what you're looking for. I don't know if you've ever been to like singles dinners, or like, because there's so many different like singles events in major cities, and just like all over the country, that you can bypass having to go on dating apps and still be putting yourself out there, without feeling like the slog of like going through dating apps. And with this Hangman reversed right here, right next to it, paired with this Hermit reversed, and then we also have this Knight of Wands reversed, which I'll get to as well. The Hangman reversed is a card of stagnancy, of not moving forward, and encouraging the asker to try and approach something from a different perspective, from a different angle. So yeah, like the methods that you've used to date and to meet new people in the past, Spirit's definitely encouraging you to find new ways of putting yourself out there, meeting new people, meeting single folks who have the same goals in mind, that want the same thing in a relationship that you're looking for. Values are aligned. And I see this with the High Priestess, the importance of that. It's not just about meeting any old guy. You're gorgeous. It's easy for you to meet guys. It's easy for you to meet single guys. But just because they're, it doesn't mean that they're all, just because they approach you doesn't mean that they're necessarily looking for the same thing as you. Whereas I think that if you got involved in something that was more like directive, like a singles like dinner or meetup of some type, they even have like outdoorsy ones where singles will meet up and like go on a hike, and you can meet other singles, meet friends, meet new people. But what's really great about those is that people who really put themselves out there in that type of way, especially guys, are really like putting it. It's not as easy as just like swiping on through a dating app, as you know, which I believe you're done with and you're tired of, and I understand that. So I feel like when I go to singles events, what I've noticed is the men like actually like show up and typically like are really looking for something solid. Because if they were looking for something easy, we can just go on our phones. But putting yourself out there, putting yourself in a new environment, it's easier to find someone who has the same ideals as you. If it's meant for me, it will find me. There's no single event. That's surprising. I thought I knew which area you lived in. I'm not going to dox you and say where you live, but they have them in most areas. They can be hard to, it depends on how you're looking for them. Like I have a friend who lives in Southern California, and she found some on like Instagram Threads. And there's also a company called Events and Adventures. I know they hold stuff all over the place. But yeah, fate absolutely has to do with things as well. But with this Knight of Wands reversed and Four of Pentacles reversed, especially with this Knight of Wands reversed, while there definitely are things in this world that are fated, that are meant to be, like you said, if it's meant for you, he will find you. But majority of the things that happen in this life are due to our own free will and our own actions, which is what I'm seeing with this Knight of Wands reversed is inactions. And I'm not saying that you're not doing what you need to do. It's just what I'm seeing with the cards here with Spirit. With this Four of Pentacles reversed, it's about letting go of previously, similar to this Hangman reverse, like letting go of the way that you, or not letting go of the way that you approach dating and romance, but just seeing it from a different perspective, and approaching it from a new perspective. Because that also leads us to fate. Our own actions of free will and energy do lead us to where we need to go and be in, like, basically like the face of fate, to places in fate's presence. So yeah, I would look a little more into that, and it doesn't necessarily have to be singles events specifically. It could just be like-minded community of other folks. But definitely expanding your sphere of general influence is really important. I think the average human being, like, if we count every single person that we know and communicate with, I think it adds up to, for most people, like non-famous people, I think it's like 150. And the more we can grow that network, which isn't to say, and that's not saying just like growing a network of romantic partners, but a network of just people in general. You never know, you might meet someone like at a church event or something who has a really like handsome son who just got a divorce or something, or is looking, maybe you don't want a recent divorcee, but someone who they know would be good for you. And I see a lot of success with that, people matchmaking and people being match made by others, because when someone knows you and they know the type of person you are, they can identify a good match for you. It's how a lot of people met their partners back in the day. It was matchmaking. Doesn't always work, but the few times I've seen it with my clients, for sure, it's worked big time. So yeah, it's important. I don't go to church either. That's fine. It doesn't have to be a church. It doesn't have to be a place of worship. It could be a community center. I don't know if you play sports or something like that, but some type of outside interest that you have that can connect you to others is always advantageous. I haven't seen it not work. Like it's definitely it's a good thing to get involved in. But yeah, but if no one is coming into my life this month, that's fine. If that's what you're saying, that's not what the cards are saying. No, the cards are saying at this time, if you continue, doing what you're doing, it's not likely that Prince Charming is going to find you. But if you put yourself in new situations, new environments, with new people who don't know you, it's very likely that you will meet someone. That's what I'm saying is I do believe in fate. I do believe that if something's meant to be, it'll be. But I also firmly believe that things that are bishur, things that are meant to be when the universe aligns us, they also involve us oftentimes not just finding ourselves in a situation, but putting ourselves in a new environment or situation. Yeah, it's just what I'm seeing in the cards here. Okay. Thank you very, very much, Philomena. I really appreciate you. So I have been on for a little over 2 hours now. So I'm going to do a last call for all donations tonight. If you have a question, I am here for you and more than happy to answer it for you. I don't know if I will be able to go on tomorrow. But yeah, if you have a question tonight, please let me know and we can commence with your reading. Thank you. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you. Last call, everybody. Thank you very much. Last call, everybody. Last call for all donations tonight. Thank you. So what I'm doing now isn't working is what you are saying. That's what the cards are saying. That's what it's saying. It's not that what you're doing is wrong or that you're behaving wrong. That's not what they're saying. They're just saying if you want to find your Prince Charming, that you need to try approaching it from a different perspective. There needs to be, that's what the Hangman Reverse is all about, is literally turning your body upside down, putting yourself in a new environment, putting yourself in a new position so you see things from a different perspective and approach things from another perspective. So it's not that you're doing anything wrong, but it's not facilitating you meeting your person right now. again, it's not to say that fate isn't real, but there's also most of the things that do occur and transpire in our life are based on our actions and our own free will. And if you're looking for a partner and you don't currently have someone that you're talking to and you'd like to get to know someone and talk to someone, I think the best thing to do would be to switch things up. And maybe it's not about putting yourself in another environment, but seeing the Hangman reverse, that tells me it's about an environment switch and seeing things, approaching dating from a different perspective. Last call tonight for any and all donations. Thank you very, very much. All right, looks like everyone is taken care of. Thank you all very, very much. Much love and light to you. Happy Mother's Day. I will try to see y'all tomorrow.